Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is VHS Picks Flick. I'm VHS. I just watched Blue Beetle, and I'm not even a big comic book guy at all. I didn't know anything about the comic books going into this, so I went in pretty blind. I saw the trailer. It kind of reminded me of one of my favorite movies from when I was a kid, Star Kid with Joe Mazzello, which I did a review of in my 90s, 10 90s movies you forgot. Which people call that a ripoff of Guyver. People are kind of calling this a Guyver ripoff too, so it is similar in that sense. You get an exoskeleton kind of a suit that these kids wear, and it gives them like all these supernatural powers of weaponry and super strength, speed, flying, all that kind of stuff, which this one's a little bit of a different take on what, Star Kid is. But, I mean, it was written by Ángel Manuel Soto and written by Garth Dunnet-Alcocer, which I'm sorry if I'm fucking these names up, starring Zolo Maridueña, and it was pretty, I thought it was pretty decent put together. Again, I'm not a huge comic book movie kind of a guy, so I'm always kind of like skeptical going into these, but overall it wasn't too bad. You get some action, there's some great battles, it's shot fairly well. The chemistry of the family, which you got this Latino family, which is the main focus of the movie, with our star, who's Amy Reyes, who's played by Zolo, and I'm sorry if I'm fucking that name up, but yeah, that's kind of our main focus, especially in the first act, is this family and the bond they have, and the actors really did have great chemistry on screen. They created this really fun family that you just kind of want to be a part of when you watch this. And honestly, I loved the Nana. If you see this, and if you haven't seen this, or if you have, you know what I'm talking about. The Nana, it's gonna be a character people are either gonna love or they're gonna hate her. I loved her personally. I thought she was great. The actress did a great job. She brought a lot more to that character than I think really could have been, portrayed by anybody else. And she was played by Adriana Barraza, and I thought she did a great job. I loved her, and so it's the trailer gives you a lot of the storyline. The kid gets chosen by this scarab space thingy, and it connects to his back, and it turns him into the Blue Beetle. And you got Susan Sarandon, who is the leader of this corporation that loses it. She wants it back. Jenny Cord is played by Bruna Marquezine, and she's kind of the love interest of Miguel, Jamie, and she's the reason he gets stuck with it in the first place. So again, you got a pretty good star-studded cast for the most part, and they did a good job. I thought it was a fun story. I mean, it's got its cliche kind of jokes that fall and land on the floor, but there's some good, funny moments, and George Lopez really does a great job delivering his comedic genius in this one, I think. Which he can be pretty hit or miss in movies, that's for sure, but I think he nailed this character. This character was like, kind of seemed like it was written for him, and it shows. It was written pretty well. Most of the characters were likable with some depth, except for the villains. I thought were lacking. Susan Sarandon, I thought she was a little bland, and so was her kind of main henchman, who was played by Raul Max Trujillo, and again, just kind of very two-dimensional bad guys. They're just bad guys. The effects aren't horrible, but they're not going to win any awards. The climax, I thought the third act drug a little long, but it's a pretty decent battle. But there are moments where you're just like, let's get this over with. But overall, a good battle, good final battle. But again, so like I said, I'm not a huge comic book movie, but I thought it was a good, solid movie overall. Not great. I think I'd give it a 2 out of a 4 stars here. So, just for a good story, good acting, but it's a comic book movie, and I mean, it's your quintessential comic book movie, you know. So overall, go and see it. I think you should see it. It's PG-13, so you should be able to get most of the family in there. Let me know what you thought in the comments if you've seen it already, or if you go and see it after this, let me know. And if you got any other movies or TV shows you'd like me to review, let me know in the comments. I'm VHS. This is VHS Picks Flicks. Thanks for tuning in. Click that link up in the right-hand corner if you want to see another one of my videos. If you like this video, would appreciate it. Click that like button. Click that subscribe button. I'll catch you next time.